All right, once again, I said it at the end of last video, please memorize that definition. Any possible group of n, whatever sample size I'm taking, from the population has an equal chance of being selected. Any possible group, because everyone is just simply a number, and I am taking random numbers and using that as my sample. So how do you do this? Create a sampling frame. And I'm going to give you an example of this in a moment. This means number everyone 1 to whatever the population size is. Or maybe it doesn't give us the grand total in our population. So we just say number everyone 1 to however many there are. And you have to use a word there. Number 2, pick a method. There are many ways to do this, but I teach the hat method, random number generator, or random number table. I really don't like the random number table, so I actually saved that till the end. It's a very old school way of sampling. It was like before they had computers, or before everyone had a computer. So they had these random number tables. Computers would spit out all these random numbers, and then you have to know how to use the table, like moving through these lines, and it helps you select your sample. So you do have to know how to do it, because AP could print a list of random numbers and you need to know what to do. But we'll probably do that in the spring. In that second step there, you pick a method and describe the process. And then lastly, I call these 3 steps, but I just put it in a paragraph usually. I say something along the lines of people or observations, maybe subjects that correspond to numbers drawn are in the sample. Some people say, isn't it obvious we pick the numbers? Well, you're giving instructions, and I tell people think of it as you're giving instructions to some elementary kid. You don't want anyone to have to make any decisions based on your instructions. Like they're just reading them and carrying them out. No thinking required. All right, let's work an example, and that'll be it for this one. So let me add to this. We're going to take a sample of Lubbock High students, and we're going to assume there are 2,000 total students. Imagine I typed this. 2,000 total students at LHS, and I think it was 7th period. They wanted a really weird sample size. Let's go with that. Take a SRS, or I already typed SRS. Take a sample of 57. So I'm going to show you 2 ways. I'm going to show you the hat method and then the random number generator. So hat method first. Number all LHS LHS students. One to 2,000. Right. So that's step one. Step two, write those numbers. And as long as I say hat or bowl somewhere in this sentence, then the reader will know what I'm talking about. On identically sized pieces of paper, place in a hat and mix well. That mix well is crucial. Some people argue about this method and whether or not probability changes based on the order that people put their piece of paper in the hat. Well, AP has decided as long as you say mix well, you're safe. Don't worry about that. All right, let's see. Draw 57 papers without replacement. Students that correspond to numbers drawn are in the sample. All right, let's give random number generator a try. Same first step. Number all LHS students one to 2,000. And this sampling frame is even more important with this random number generator because if you've ever used the random number generator on the calculator, you have to type a min and a max, like what's your sampling frame you're choosing from. Use and you are A-OK to abbreviate RNG. I know and AP knows what that stands for, but spell it out if you're worried at all. Use a random number generator to draw 57 numbers without replacement. And I get extra concerned with random number generator about that sampling frame, so I'm going to write it again. From numbers 1 to 2,000. If you want to say inclusive, you can, but I feel like that's implied. Students that correspond, I think you get the picture at this point, but let's finish this up, to numbers drawn are in the sample. So please pick one of those two methods. You can memorize a lot of that and stick to it. Remember phrases like, let me go through here, pick the one you like. Remember phrases like sampling frame, you're placing them in a hat. Like, what are you doing with these? I've read many questions where they do They know write them all on these pieces of paper and they draw, but they forget to write where they're drawing them from. If you're doing a hat, make sure you say mix well. I think without replacement is crucial. I mean, all of it is crucial. Over on the random number generator, sampling frame is crucial. This phrase is crucial. It's all crucial. So, all right, let me know if you have questions. See you in class.